In 1995, an album was released that changed my life. Okay, that's a bit extreme. I liked it a lot and continue to enjoy it today. It was the self-titled album of the Presidents of the United States of America. My sister introduced me to this CD, and I thought it was really cool. My super mature 9-year-old self would laugh so hard at the song Kitty, a seemingly innocent song about a cat that quickly devolves into swearing. Like the rest of the country at the time, the songs Lump and Peaches were frequently stuck in my head. Now that I've gotten older and hopefully a little more mature, I've come to appreciate the whimsical and rustic imagery of the band, specifically in the songs Feather Pluckin' and Back Porch. Despite occasional profanity and other less than appropriate lyrics, I always thought the music seemed right for kids. Oddly enough, the lead singer is now making albums specifically for kids under the name Casper Baby Pants. But let's fast forward from 1995 to 2020. In 2020, that same sister of mine that introduced me to the Presidents of the United States of America had a baby, and therefore I got a nephew. Now that it's 2023, this little guy has a third birthday coming up and will need a present. The thing about my nephew is, he loves cars. Loves them. Turns out the Presidents of the United States of America have a song called Dune Buggy, and I got a great idea. The song describes a dune buggy that's driven by a couple of spiders, and I thought it would be cool to make a toy of it for him. So that's what I did. To make the dune buggy itself, I mostly based it off of the Botmobile dune buggy made by user Skimball on MakerBot's Thingiverse page. The seats and some other bits were from Michelle Joseph's dune buggy, also on Thingiverse. I bought a toy Jeep because I didn't like the idea of 3D printing the tires. Using the parts I downloaded, I combined them, made my own modifications, and scaled them to match the axles from the toy Jeep. As for the spiders themselves, I did some sketches while I was getting my oil changed in my real car, and then modeled them based on those sketches. All this stuff then got 3D printed. Once printed, I painted the pieces with a combination of airbrush and a regular brush. At this point, I got to thinking, with all of these little pieces, a roll cage might help their survivability in the hands of a 3-year-old. So I printed and painted one, and drilled holes in the body to add it. Once all the pieces were painted and top-coated, it was time to assemble. With the dune buggy all put together, I wasn't quite done yet. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a storybook go along with the toy? I figured the song's lyrics have already come up with the words, and with the 3D models for printing, I should be able to texture and arrange them to render some images for the illustrations. To do this though, I needed to add some tires, as I never made 3D models for them. Thankfully, I was able to find a match for the toy tires in a pack of car parts from blend swap user BritDog Master Funk. I then textured the parts and rendered some images. I cut out a border to give the images a neat look. I then arranged all the images and the lyrics of the song into pages and sent it to lulu.com to have the book printed. I have never used Lulu before, and I was very pleased with how it turned out. You can see here I made a slight change to the words to make it a bit more friendly to a 3-year-old. The book and the dune buggy done, I wrapped it up and handed them over to my dad to take it across the country to give to the little guy.